thin silver line stretched from the Pacific Ocean into space, pointing directly towards the moon. But Naomi Calder knew exactly what it was. The final alignment. Every screen in Naomi's apartment displayed the same simulation, the planetary lock mechanism. 33 nodes. 32 were either active or forming. Only one remained incomplete. The Artemis node. Naomi leaned forward. Elias. The system is almost ready. Across the Atlantic, Elias Navarro watched the same data scroll across his monitors. Yes, but there is still a missing component. Naomi nodded. The final monolith. Elias frowned, but there is no physical monolith on the moon, no. Naomi turned her chair slowly toward the wall of hard drives behind her, and there never was supposed to be. Elias suddenly understood. The archivist. Naomi nodded. The final key isn't a structure, it's a record. Commander Lena Volkov floated near the central control console. The alignment beam now connected Earth and the moon like a glowing thread. Her crewmate checked the telemetry. Alignment stability at 98%. Volkov exhaled slowly. So, what are we waiting for? Another transmission arrived from Earth from Naomi. Volkov opened the message. A massive data file appeared. Her eyes widened. That's a lot of information. Her crewmate glanced over. What is it? Volkov read the title aloud. Primary Timeline Archive. Naomi's fingers moved quickly across the keyboard. Thousands of historical files streamed through the transmission channel. Every preserved timeline, every version of history Elias had saved, every archived record Naomi had protected. 17 variations of Earth's past. Elias watched quietly. You're sending them all, yes. The Artemis node needs a complete timeline map. Elias nodded slowly. So the system can decide which one to stabilize. Naomi paused. That's the part that worries me. What do you mean? The alignment simulation had changed. Instead of selecting one timeline automatically, the system displayed a single message. Archivist input required. Naomi felt her chest tighten. It's waiting for me. Director Halverson stared at the same message appearing across the lock protocol network. Archivist input? An analyst nodded. Yes, sir. The system requires Naomi Calder to finalize the timeline. Halverson folded his arms, meaning the fate of history now depends on one civilian archivist. The analyst swallowed. Yes, sir. Halverson whispered quietly. God help us. The fracture beneath the ice roared with energy. Reality bent like heated glass around the ancient ring. The entity beyond the barrier felt the lock tightening. Its signals became frantic. Messages flooded Naomi's servers. You do not understand. This timeline's broken. Turn away. Naomi stared at the messages. Her hands trembled slightly above the keyboard. What if it's telling the truth, she whispered. Elias shook his head slowly. It feeds on broken timelines, yes. But what if this one is already too damaged? Outside her window, the moon hung silently above the horizon. The Artemis station floated there like a small silver island in space, waiting. Commander Volkov watched the incoming data stream from Earth. The archive filled the station's computer memory. Hundreds of alternate histories, 17 versions of humanity. She muttered quietly. That's a lot of reality to choose from. Her crewmate checked the system timer. 30 minutes until alignment lock. Volkov tapped the console. Naomi better make up her mind. Naomi stared at the timelines. 17 different versions of Earth. Some were worse, some were better, some were almost identical. But none were perfect. She whispered softly. There's no such thing as the right timeline. Elias nodded. Only the one that survives. Naomi looked at the final system prompt. Select primary reality. Her heart pounded. If she chose wrong, the entity might escape, or something worse might happen. Then Naomi noticed something strange. A small anomaly buried deep inside every timeline. One tiny event that never changed. Not once. Across all 17 histories, she She whispered, "That's it." Elias leaned closer. "What is it?" Naomi smiled faintly. "The constant." "What constant?" She pointed to the data. One thing exists in every timeline: the moon. Elias frowned. "That's obvious." "No." Naomi shook her head. "The Artemis program." She highlighted the data across every version of history. Humanity eventually returned to the moon. Elias leaned back slowly. "The builders planned it." "Yes." Naomi whispered. "The moon was always meant to be the key." She looked at the system prompt one last time. "All right," she said quietly. "Let's finish the lock."